story to give my kids all the time is the story of Abraham and Sarah, and she's like, "Man, I'm old. I can't do nothing with you, and I ain't got it no more. Go on and have your servant." Miss Kim, no, she didn't. She allowed the side piece. She wasn't a sneaky link no more. She ain't got the sneaky link, baby. Because Sarah was like, "Yeah, go on and take her." She there. So that, and even with Sarah, God used her. He needed the vessel. He needed her to bring Isaac into the world so that the promise, the blessing of Abraham could actually manifest. Yeah. It took a woman to do that. These are hard jobs. And I know a lot of it is relating back to like giving birth, but there were some bad women who did not have any kids. Mm-hmm. Who come here, Anna, she was a widow. In her 20s, became a widow, and she dedicated her life to serving and sharing the good news of Jesus Christ, and was one of the first people present when Joseph and Mary presented him in the temple. Yeah. Simeon and Anna, who despite her trauma, her circumstances, being widowed, not ever having any kids, decided to still serve. Do you know how the women was looking at her? Dang, girl, you lost your man and he ain't even leave you no baby. You ain't had no baby. You ain't got nothing to show for yourself.
Not true with the accent, though, baby.
How they talk in the Bible that I don't know. But I'm look. That's how I envision it. Like, man, he ain't leave you nothing, and you just out here and you decide to serve God for the rest of your life.
Hey, but look at this. The heroes of the faith. What woman is mentioned in that?
The heroes of the faith and the Hall of Faith.
Yeah. That's what did I say?
You said the heroes.
Because it's in Hebrews. My church, we in the book of Hebrews, and we about to get up to that chapter. It's a woman. She was a prostitute.
Rahab.
Her name is mentioned. Like, and her story is not like a big crazy story, but look what she did to serve God's people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She hid them,
but she risked her own life too, though. To do that.
And so when people say, like, man, the Bible be degrading women, I be like, where? Don't take the story of
Jesus called
Lot or Lot, sleeping with his two daughters. That's not what the Bible is saying we should do. The Bible is just telling a story. Right. Y'all got to understand descriptive and prescriptive. Yeah. But
man, that's another good topic. Just the women of the Bible.
Yeah, I'll bring you back on here. I'm gonna bring you and some other women, and we gonna get to it because I like this stuff. But
women, we have a place. I want to say that we have a place in a God's master plan. Period. Yep. And don't ever let anybody make you feel like you got to dummy down. We do this with the spirit of humility, of course. But man, rock your righteousness. Rock it. That's a T-shirt. That's a T-shirt. Rock it. Like, don't let nobody make you feel like you're not worthy or God didn't choose. What you think fearfully and wonderfully made means? Yeah. That means that I designed you so beautifully, that you are this masterpiece, this work of art, that whatever I desire for you to do, I'll make it happen, man or woman. Period. So women, go forth.
We're doing a theme this year. The women are with the fellowship time, and they focusing on Proverbs 31. Mm-hmm. So they diving into.
They gonna unpack it.
And so, and it's the theme for the year. Okay. So every time the women meet quarterly, they're gonna be talking about Proverbs 31 and what that looks like. And but when you read about Proverbs 31, like, this was a woman that was empowered. Yeah. She was in the marketplace. Mm-hmm. Her kids loved her. She was, they said her kids called her blessed, right? Yep. And so God used her. And so,
oh, you got me so hyped up. Did y'all turn the heat on? I done got hyped up. You talking about women in ministry. It just, it hit. It just hit. In a good way and just a reflective way. Yeah, it just.
Yeah. Not just because, yourself and then somebody else that we work with, they just got ordained as a pastor, a minister, whatever it is. And so I want to know, like, what is the thought process behind it? And so I didn't even know about these things until, like, women can't be pastors or shouldn't be pastors or whatever it is, until I got saved, like, for real saved. And I was like, this a thing? And then I'm like, I don't see so many women serve and teach. And so, they bring up the verse, Paul's like, man, I don't permit a woman to speak But you got to continue to go. You can't just read that verse and just be like, see, now shut up.
What was happening when he said that?
You got to understand what was going on.
Right.
The culture. And so I do, as far as like my beliefs, as far as women, I think if a woman is called and the situation is right for them to like lead a church, like I think it's quite a few women pastors in China, underground church. They're leading those churches.
Yeah.
It's illegal to be a thing like that that's going on out there. And then I also believe women who are pastoring alongside their husband, they're pastoring. So I don't have an issue with a woman having that title as a pastor. They're serving alongside their husband. They're doing ministry together, whatever it is. I know there are some cases where the husband is just pastoring and then the wife is not doing anything. And then, but yeah, I think if God has called her to lead, the men ain't stepping up, which has been a whole other situation where now God is using these women to lead because the people who supposed to lead ain't leading.
Right.
And so God's like, man, my will gonna be done regardless. So
you got a problem with this woman, take it up with him.
And I don't think they want that smoke.
They don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke.
There's gonna be a whole lot of Thanoses.
Listen. Right. Boom.